What if everything you've been told about time is wrong? We measure life in years, in numbers on a calendar, in the slow decay of the body. Science gives us statistics, predictions, and probabilities, telling us how long we are expected to live. But those who understand the deeper nature of existence know that time does not move in a straight line. It bends, it expands, and for those who master the unseen forces that govern reality, it can be transcended. This is not about physical immortality. It is about something far greater. There is a force within you, your essence, your spirit, your true self, that is not bound by biological limits. Yet most people allow it to wither long before their bodies die. They become prisoners of routine, weighed down by the expectations of society, trapped in cycles of fear and attachment. They stop living long before they stop breathing. But what if you could break free? What if your soul could stay vibrant, awake, and alive, defying not only death, but the very nature of time itself? The key is not in medicine or technology. It is in ancient wisdom hidden within the teachings of mystics, sages, and those who have walked the path of enlightenment. Those who have understood that longevity is not just about extending years, it is about expanding existence. This video is not for everyone. It is for those who feel that something is missing, who sense that there is a deeper truth just beyond their reach. If you are ready to see beyond the illusion and reclaim the life force that has always been yours, then listen carefully. There are 5 fundamental principles that will allow you to not only live longer than predicted, but to exist in a way most people never will. 5 shifts that will awaken something dormant inside you and unlock the power that has been buried beneath layers of conditioning. But first, ask yourself, are you truly alive right now? Or have you already begun to fade? Most people believe that their body is sustained only by food. They obsess over diets, calories, and nutrients, thinking that their longevity depends solely on what they consume physically. But the truth is, food is only one source of energy. There are others far more powerful. Think about the ascetics, the monks, the sages who have lived for decades in isolation, consuming little yet radiating immense vitality. How is this possible? Because they have tapped into something deeper, the ability to feed on energy itself. Everything you consume shapes your existence, not just what you eat, but what you think, what you feel, and what you surround yourself with. Your spirit does not just digest food, it digests experiences, emotions, and vibrations. And most people are malnourished in ways they do not even realize. Your body is not just made of flesh, it is an antenna designed to absorb energy from the natural world. The sun, the wind, the earth, even the silence of the night. All of these are sources of life force that most have forgotten how to receive. If you constantly absorb fear, stress, and negativity, your body responds as if you are poisoned. But when you align yourself with higher frequencies, love, stillness, wisdom, you begin to nourish yourself beyond the physical. This is why those who meditate deeply, who cultivate presence, often need less food, yet feel more alive. So how do you shift from mere survival to energetic nourishment? Be conscious of your emotional diet. The emotions you feed on are just as important as the food you eat. Cut out sources of fear, anger, and low vibrations. Absorb energy from nature. The sun, the earth, the air, and even silence itself carry forces that rejuvenate your spirit. Learn to receive them. Eat with presence. Instead of eating mindlessly, treat food as sacred. Breathe before you eat. Feel gratitude. This shifts digestion from survival mode to spiritual nourishment. When you stop seeing food as your only fuel, you unlock a different form of sustenance, one that goes beyond digestion, beyond calories, beyond the limits of the body. You are not just a consumer of food, you are a vessel of energy. And when you learn to feed on life itself, time no longer drains you, it empowers you. And in a world that glorifies speed, productivity, and constant movement, true power lies in stillness. Most people live in a state of restless distraction, constantly seeking stimulation, scrolling through endless feeds, chasing the next goal, filling every moment with noise. They believe that movement equals progress, but in reality, it is often just escape. Escape from themselves, escape from silence, escape from the deeper truths they are afraid to face. But those who understand the nature of existence know that stillness is not emptiness. It is presence. It is the space where the mind stops running and the spirit awakens. The greatest mystics, monks, and sages throughout history didn't seek answers in the external world. They turned inward into the vastness of their own consciousness. And in that space, they found something most will never touch: timelessness. Your life force does not drain because of age. It drains because of leaks in your awareness. Every time you scatter your energy across distractions, meaningless worries, or shallow pursuits, you accelerate your own decay. But when you cultivate stillness, you reverse the process. You preserve your essence. You become a vessel for something greater. So, how do you reclaim this power? Practice deliberate solitude, not loneliness, but true solitude, where you sit with yourself without distractions. Detach from urgency. Not everything requires an immediate response. Time bends for those who stop rushing. Observe without reacting. The less you react to every impulse, the more you reclaim your energy. The modern world fears stillness because it forces one to see their own illusions, their suppressed truths, the deeper dimensions of reality. But if you embrace it, you will notice something profound. The less you rush, the longer you live. Time no longer pushes you forward. Instead, it expands around you. And in that expansion, you find something most people will never touch: eternity within the present moment. The past is gone. The future is yet to come. And yet, most people live in constant conflict between these two, haunted by regrets or consumed by fears of what might happen. In doing so, they miss the most crucial moment, the present. The only true moment is now. This is where life happens. The rest is either a shadow or a dream. When you are present, you step outside of time. You connect to a state of being that is not bound by the ticking of the clock or the constraints of the physical world. The now is your portal to eternity, the timeless, unchanging essence that resides deep within you. When you master the present moment, you awaken to a deeper dimension of life, one where time itself begins to bend and stretch to your will. Most people live as though time is their enemy, always running out, always fleeting. But those who understand the power of the now transcend this illusion. They do not fear the future because they know that by mastering this moment, they are planting seeds that reach into the infinite. When you are fully present, the past loses its grip on you. Regret dissipates, for there is only the current flow of energy. And when the future arrives, it does so in the fullness of the present moment, unfolding naturally without stress or anxiety. So, how do you tap into this eternal now? Anchor yourself to your senses. Use your body to bring you into the present. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Hear the sounds around you. Smell the air. Taste life with all your senses. This is how you awaken the now. Release the need for control. Let go of the need to control everything. When you surrender to the flow of life, you become part of a greater rhythm, a cosmic dance. Your spirit expands and time slows down. Practice mindfulness. In everything you do, bring your full attention. Whether you're eating, walking, or simply breathing, do it with presence. This practice does not just slow down time, it reveals the infinite potential within each moment. To live in the now is to unlock eternity within your own heart. You become untouchable by time because time only exists for those who are unaware. When you are aware, you merge with the eternal flow of existence. Master the now, and you are no longer a prisoner of time. You are its master, its creator. Most people fear death, but what they truly fear is the death of the self they've constructed. The identity they cling to, their name, status, achievements, and social image, is nothing more than a fragile mask. They believe that if this mask crumbles, they will cease to exist. But here's the truth. Your ego is not you. And it is this illusion, not your spirit, that is dragging you toward decay. Every time you define yourself by external labels, you build a cage around your essence. The ego thrives on attachment to reputation, possessions, opinions, and even suffering. But everything the ego clings to is temporary, and when those things inevitably change, the ego feels threatened, leading to anxiety, fear, and a slow spiritual death. Now, here's the paradox. Those who try to protect their identity at all costs are the ones who lose themselves the fastest. Meanwhile, those who are willing to let go, to surrender their ego, their need for control, their obsession with validation, become lighter, freer, and more alive than ever before. Think of the great mystics, sages, and enlightened beings throughout history. They didn't cling to rigid identities, they dissolved into something greater. They understood that to truly live, one must be fluid, ever-changing, untethered. So how do you begin? Observe your attachments. What ideas, roles, or opinions are you defending as if your life depended on it? Let go of control. Accept the flow of existence instead of forcing reality to fit your expectations. Detach from external validation. Stop feeding on approval from others. Your spirit does not need permission to shine. Once you begin this process, something incredible happens. Your awareness expands. You no longer waste energy defending a false self. You become limitless. And in this state, time no longer drains you. It feeds you. The body may age, but the spirit becomes eternal. And there is an energy that flows through all things, an unspoken current that runs beneath the surface of life. It is the source, the primordial essence that birthed the universe, and it is what sustains everything in existence, from the smallest atom to the greatest star. Most people live their entire lives unaware of this current, disconnected from the very power that could keep their spirit alive beyond the limits of the physical body. To tap into the source is to remember who you truly are. Not just flesh, not just thoughts, but a spark of the divine, an eternal consciousness that transcends birth and death. The moment you attune yourself to this infinite energy, you align with the cycle of life itself, a cycle that is never-ending, never fading. In this alignment, death loses its power. You realize that you are not a separate being that will one day fade into nothingness. You are part of an eternal flow, constantly renewing, constantly becoming. So how do you tune into this source? Meditate in stillness. True connection to the source comes not through noise or effort, but through stillness. In the quiet, the ego falls away, and you can feel the pulse of the universe. Start with simple breathing exercises or silent contemplation. Trust your intuition. The source speaks through your intuition, guiding you in ways that go beyond logic and reason. When you trust the quiet whispers within, you align yourself with the divine intelligence that flows through everything. Connect with all living things. The source is present in everything, every tree, every animal, every person, every moment. The more you open your heart to the interconnectedness of life, the more you align with this flow. Recognize the divinity in all things, and you begin to merge with it. Let go of fear and attachment. Fear of death, attachment to the material world, and the clinging to identities keep you bound to the illusion of separateness. To reconnect with the source, release your attachments. Trust in the eternal flow of existence. When you are tuned into the source, you are no longer just a passing soul. You are eternally alive. Time, space, and death become irrelevant because you are part of something far greater than your human experience. You are part of the infinite, and in that infinite there is no death, only transformation, evolution, and endless possibility. Tune into the source, and you will never die. As you embark on this spiritual journey, remember that you are not bound by the fleeting constraints of the physical world. The 5 steps we've explored, living consciously, seeking inner stillness, nourishing your soul, mastering the now, and tuning into the source, are not merely practices. They are the keys to a life that transcends time. They are the foundation of a reality where death becomes nothing more than a transition, a part of the eternal cycle rather than an end. By nurturing your spirit, feeding it with positive energy, and aligning with the universal forces around you, you unlock a deeper understanding of yourself. You become more than just a body moving through time. You become an eternal being, connected to the infinite rhythm of existence. In this space, time doesn't matter, and neither does the fear of death. For when you live in tune with the source, you tap into a power far greater than anything the material world can offer. So, take these steps. Live longer, not by extending the lifespan of your physical body, but by elevating the essence of your soul. And in doing so, you will find that true life, one filled with purpose, peace, and immortality, was always yours to claim. Your spirit is eternal, and when you align yourself with the cosmic flow, you will experience a life that continues long after the body fades. Live in harmony with the source, and you will never die.